So, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, you can go first.
Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of Fearless. My name is Florence and as you guys can tell, I'm so excited for this video. I have two wonderful guests on my channel. This is my friend Divine and my wonderful cousin Tabani. So we're going to be talking about adulting today, and just to give you guys an outline of how adulting has impacted us and just like our general views of adulting. So if you're interested, please keep watching and don't forget to subscribe, click on the notification bell and like the video. What don't you guys like about adulting? For real, let's just...
Firstly, I hate thinking about how much money I have to have. Like, if I do something, then what will happen at the end of the month when I don't have money left? And you know, I just want to be like, okay, I want to go to the go-karts, I want to go to the club, I want to do this, I want to do that, and it just is what it is. I don't have to think about, okay, how much money do I have left?
Yeah.
Am I gonna be okay? Will
Yeah,
I eat?
it's true.
You know,
It's true.
yeah, that's
I also don't like that because especially for me, I feel like I over budget. Not over budget, but I'm very specific about what I buy, when I buy, what I buy. And the thing is with budgeting, sometimes, let's say if something happens all of a sudden, and I don't like surprise expenses, guys. It happens all the time. Like, I don't know why it happens, but it happens. And I feel like at times I'll have to take money from somewhere else to cover that, and it's just so annoying.
I don't know how many times I've drawn a budget plan. Once, twice, thrice, fourth time, fifth time, because, well, those surprise expenses will actually keep coming up. They keep popping up, right? And also another thing I don't really like about adulting is that as much as people can advise you about what's going to happen as you grow up, and they try to get you on the straight and narrow, most of the things you have to learn by yourself. You'll have to make your own mistakes. You'll be the one to advise somebody else from your own experience. So that's just one of the things about adulting. Even when it comes to those finances, you know, the older you grow, the more people expect you to be more responsible. So the more almost everything to do with you is depending on just you. I mean, let's say I'm done with university. I can't start going back to my parents to say,
I need money,
take care of me, please, you know. Unless push comes to shove, but
wait,
you know
but what
I mean.
happens if you don't get a job immediately? Let's say, what are you doing?
Electrical engineering.
Okay,
Yes.
you go. It's 5 years or 4 years?
4 years.
4,
yes.
okay. So you do your 4 years and then you thought you were going to get a job because you sign up with like an internship or whatever. Then last minute they're like, oh, we want 12 people but there's 13, so we're going to have to cut you. What happens? Like,
I think
will you go home now?
What I would do is this. I've been teaching myself to have an independent mind ever since I came to varsity. So what I'll do is I'll find even a restaurant job. Just so, what I don't want to do is to keep on depending on my parents, especially when I can now think for myself. Because, you know, them bringing me so far away from home for university means that they trusted that I will grow and I'll also be able to voice something or to give an opinion which is valuable, as well as to take care of myself. So what I'll do is, okay, at least for now I haven't gotten a job, but let me try to find something else for me to survive. That could be getting a restaurant job. That maybe could be working for somebody else, or, you know, just doing something, even if it's bringing a little money, as long as I don't have to burden my parents with that anymore.
One of the things that I also don't like about adulting in terms of finances is the part of saving. Guys, I don't like expenses. Well, okay, obviously your expenses will be obviously more than your income. Sorry guys, I'm a finance student.
Sometimes.
Most of the time. Most of the time. I don't know, for me. And then I'm like, okay, I need to save, but wait, how will I save if there's so much like I need to buy? And like, not that there's little coming in, but that part just really like annoys me.
Do you guys actually save like above? Because I like I'm living exact. Like right now, my mom
Exactly.
sends me money. By
You
this
know,
time
like,
next month, she has to send me
yeah.
money again. Or
Okay.
if I work, then all the money I have, chances are it's all gonna be used.
Unless you have like a business on the side, then you are certain, like assured that you're gonna save in a certain amount. But for me right now, I'm trying to discipline myself to make sure that whenever my allowance comes in, I save a certain percentage of the total amount.
What I do in terms of saving is, when I get the money, that's why I draw a budget plan. It works better for me.
Draw budget plans, guys.
Yes.
I never do that.
That's actually to prioritize, right? Because among all the things you want to use that money for, there are things that are first and foremost. For example, the basics. You need your toiletries, your food, groceries, and everything else. Exactly, you see. So make sure that you put those things first. And then, other things can come later. There are things that you will know that, okay, these ones, even if I'm to get them next month, it doesn't matter.
Once.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But stuff like groceries, stuff like your, let's say, accommodation, transport and stuff, those are important. So if you can't save and then you end up using that money on snacks or any other unimportant things, it's your fish to fry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You eat noodles for the rest of the 2 weeks.
Imagine. But what are the things that you say you love about adulting?
I like the independence, definitely.
Yeah.
And now moving more and more towards fully independent. So like each month I'm telling my mom to send less allowance, so I focus on my business, so that all the stuff I'm using is from my own earning, and then hopefully in like 2 months she doesn't send anything. And I like that independence, because then I spend my own money how I want to spend
And
it.
it's so fulfilling when you spend out of your own work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
And when you
yeah.
budget out of your own work,
Yeah.
because you make that money and you have to be responsible with that money.
Exactly.
You can't just use it and expect more, because more might never come. So
Yeah. One of the things I like about adulting is that going to be an adult is that there are certain things that I could not do, which are not necessarily bad, but my parents could not allow me to do, because let's say they didn't grow up that way. They don't think it can really bring anything. For example, I love music, right? So when I was growing up, I think many of you watching probably have experienced the same thing, that according to some of our parents, stuff like music, what are you going to get out of it? Do school,
Yeah.
So yes, I get where they're coming from, but at the same time, I cannot just sit on my talent, right? So now that I'm becoming more independent, I can not only venture into the music, but also be able to study and understand the implications of being in the industry, and see how to maneuver my way in it. You get what I'm saying? So also, once I actually get into it and show them to say, no, you know what, let's trust God about this, and trust me, I'm going to do well in this. They have their grip on me is a little loose now, because I'm growing older and I seem to be more reasonable about my decisions. So that's one of the things that I really love.
And also, just to add on to what you guys just said, I think also the element of choice. Now you have the full decision, the full choice, the gift of choice to make your own decisions. And I always say this, that God will examine the level of your maturity based on the choices you make. So I think right now what I can see is enjoying the gift of choice and being able to know what is right for me right now, and just prioritizing. Yeah, so we're going to also talk about expectations, and like when you're over your age of 18 and maybe you're in your early 20s, and after you graduate, there's so many expectations that as adults, or as you're adulting, or as adulting, there's so many expectations that we get from families and from friends.
How we love this guy. How we love this guy. How we love this guy.